You are listening to DC On Screen.
Sipping my completely guilt-free Dr. Pepper.
I am drinking, and they are not sponsors of this show, Clear American, sweetened mandarin orange, flavored sparkling water beverage.
Oh, I am excited, though. I did order, right before we recorded, knockoff guilt-free Mountain Dew.
Ooh.
Starry Night or some shit, whatever the hell it is.
Okay.
But importantly, zero sugar, caffeine-free. So I'm in the game, baby. And then the other one was the A&W cream soda, which has a zero sugar variant and caffeine-free. So
yes.
Merry motherfucking Christmas.
Yeah. Love some cream soda, man.
I'm excited. I haven't had cream soda in a while, too. It's a whole new world.
Yeah, I need to get on the cream soda game.
I'll save one for you. No,
Awesome.
that's our date. I'll save a cream soda. You come over here. We're gonna go through the Theory 11 Superman cards when they get here.
Okay.
And we got ourselves a quick Patreon right there.
A Patreon like the one we just recorded.
Right.
David C. Robertson here with Jason Goss.
Hi.
Clearly. So let's call ourselves out. Didn't watch any Tomorrowverse. Fully thought it would happen.
Yep.
But
the last month or so has gotten away from me.
Yeah, as some of you know, not all of you, I don't think, but some of you know, I do Star Trek Universe and as a podcast, and Netflix decided to drop all 20 episodes of Star Trek Prodigy Season 2 on July 1st. I'm about 5 episodes in. I'm trying.
Yeah.
It's a good show, but damn, I got a life. I'm sorry. But
My problem is that it's mid-May, as far as I can tell.
Mm-hmm.
And somehow it's not. So I just, like I said, life got away from me here in the early parts of summer.
Yeah, I haven't been watching anything that I needed to watch. Like, I actually did since
Shows,
the last episode.
Anything.
I did get to watch a little bit of Superman, My Adventures with Superman, sorry.
Yeah.
And that's been about it. Like, I've tried to get through some Prodigy, but we had a death in the family, had to go out of town. I mean, I spent some good time with my family. Watching cartoons became not the priority.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, a lot of stuff been going down, and then lots of news happened in the interim. Yeah. So what the hell? Let's get back into the thick of that.
Take a little interregnum for the news and head back to our Tomorrowverse.
Yeah. Let's get into the new while it's newing.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen this from Gunn or any official source, but all these people like across the board are reporting that the Arkham Asylum,
a new strand of mushroom.
The Arkham Asylum series
By the Fungi King.
That was originally, I think it was originally GCPD, and then like it was changed to Arkham Asylum, and it was originally in the Matt Reeves Batman universe, but then James Gunn said, Matt Reeves is still working on it, but this is now a DCU show. And they even had a showrunner.
At some point, Reeves kind of said the show just sort of, morphed into this other thing. And
yeah.
The phrasing's all just been like, it's evolving,
Yeah, they had Antonio Campos from The Staircase and Christine brought in as showrunner and head writer. Well, it's canceled, they're saying.
She gone.
It's not happening.
Yeah.
Now, the reports do say there's a chance that the project, or a project, set in Arkham could be developed at a later date.
They've got all the, all the pre-show, pre-gaming, on the shelf. They could play with it.
They could play with it, but also they
bought
probably
it,
would,
so screw it.
Start something new so they don't have to pay certain people. Who knows? Yeah. I don't know.
Whichever one's cheaper. New guy with decent idea. Old guy sitting on the shelf, whatever.
Yeah.
It was funny. The idea completely evolved and did that thing where it always sounds slightly plausible until it's like 6 months later. Hey, we did cancel that, by the way.
Yeah. So, Kite Man, hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Series is set to premiere on July 18th. They'll be dropping 2 episodes initially, and then they'll go weekly through September 12th. They put out a new trailer.
Yeah.
I did send this to you.
Mm-hmm. And I did view it.
What are your thoughts?
Hell yeah. I mean, it's like if there's a subreddit for this thing. It's just going to be hell yeah, upside down, or not for like upvote and downvote. Like it's just going to be, that's the phrase everyone uses to describe the show the whole time. It's lovely. How you liking the show? Hell yeah. Cool.
Yep.
It's going to be the DC Universe's Roll Tide.
Oh, God. I really loved the trailer. It feels like Harley Quinn, but it's Kite Man.
Right.
Feels really cool. Feels fun. Feels exactly the same almost. I love that Noonan's looks like Cheers.
Mm-hmm.
That's the bar he owns.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm very excited about it. Like, I don't know what else to say about it. I love Darkseid. What is it? Like Darkseid's being like, this reminds me of a famous golfer. Lee Trevino's for everyone. Okay. Yes. Lee Trevino's for everyone. Yeah, this is a lot of fun.
I'm gonna enjoy that part too. Yeah, it does. Nothing in there that was like gonna break ground from the Harley Quinn series, which I'm, excited about as well.
Yeah,
it looks deeply violent.
Yes.
Beautiful.
So yeah. By the way, the catchphrase, it is funny that hell yeah has become such a thing. Mm-hmm. Because apparently Tom King didn't really mean to do it. So back in 2016 when he was doing Batman, he said, I had a running joke on Twitter where I would respond to stuff I liked by saying, hell yeah. It was just some performative, ironic awkwardness, which is what Twitter used to be in the golden days.
Right.
So with no other ideas, I wrote 14.7, add Kite Man. Who says Kite Man? Mm-hmm. Hell yeah. Like he likes his name and legacy so much, he responds to himself. I'm Kite Man, and that's super. Fully aware that this was too absurd to publish. I submitted it while I tried to think of something else. Then I forgot about it, because I was on double ship Batman, and there were so many deadlines.
So, to recap, he was so tired, he wrote something he felt ridiculous about, buried it for a while, even in his own subconscious, and out of desperation pulled it back up again, threw it back out there, and we all agree that it's fantastic.
Something like that, yeah.
I'm on board.
He's like, yeah, here's some filler.
Yeah.
I'll get back to that when I come up with something better. Wait, what? You published that? Yeah. Jesus Christ. But now there's
an
literally...
old story about a guy going to, what's his name? Isaac Newton, looking for guidance on a theory he'd been working on for 10 years. And when he finally described it, apparently Newton, like, the bell went off and he went, oh, yeah, I solved that like a few years ago. And then tried to shuffle around his desk and couldn't even find it. He had solved this problem the guy had been working on for a decade, accidentally, and didn't even care to keep it.
Yeah. Well, it's probably
and
not
thus
like
we have
I didn't
yeah.
care to keep it.
Yeah. For him, it was a fleeting thought. Now, that could be genius, or it could be the Mercury.
That feels like an ongoing bit. Is it genius, or is it the Mercury? You
never know. What's Tom King hiding under that hat, too? Mercury?
So, Dean Lorey, the co-creator of Harley Quinn, was talking to the Direct. And mostly about, what the timetable was for when we could look forward to seeing Harley Quinn Season 5. He says, I know it's before the end of the year. I don't remember the exact date, but I think it's in the next few months. I know that. And to that, I say, hell yeah. Kite Man and Harley Quinn Season 5? Hell yeah.
Back half of the summer is going to be busy.
Yes. Why you got to put it like that?
Oh, no, I was excited. That was me being excited.
Don't remind me it's going to be busy.
Yeah.
I just want to enjoy the thing.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be good. I mean, even late July is going to be... I'll be glued to things. I mean, we're going to get Deadpool, and I get Futurama back for a second, and then I guess Kite Man's going to sneak right back in there.
Mm-hmm.
Exciting times.
I don't remember what it was, but the other day I was sitting on the couch, and my wife was just like walking around in the background doing Bane's voice. Just going, blah. Just I don't know what she was saying. I don't remember what she was saying, but he was just
making coffee on the new device set aside just for the coffee.
She was just doing something in the background and talking to herself, but she was doing it in Bane's voice. Like, yes, I will pick this up and do that. I'm like, are you doing Bane?
I guess. Why? I don't know.
And her response was something along the lines of, I was born in the darkness.
She's in there just doing dishes as Baron. I was born in the suds. Yeah. You escaped the dishwasher.
Oh, God. Dishwasher pods cause stomach leakage.
Mm-hmm.
But the Batman Cape Crusader is coming soon. August 1st, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, August 1st on Prime. I'm so stoked about that. Bruce Timm was talking about it. Says, Batman is so early in his career that in the first episode, he's still an urban myth. It's not year 1. It's more like week 2.
Nice.
That was kind of exciting.
Auspicious start.
He says, I wanted to make him kind of weird and spooky. If you're stuck in a room with Batman, whether you're Gordon or Barbara or Renee Montoya, you don't feel comfortable. You're kind of like, what is this guy? What's this all about?
Yeah.
He also says he weaponized Alfred. He's not Batman's surrogate father anymore. He's a guy that's going to enable him to fight crime. That's how focused Bruce is. It's a weird take on him, but it's something I don't think we've seen before. I don't know what that means. I know it's Fat Alfred. It is Fat Alfred, like from the old days.
That is
from the old comics.
Yeah.
It is, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, we've seen him be, an aide and very hands-on, but never manipulated into that, really. Usually he's a mentor even there.
Mm-hmm.
Damn you, Tim, what are you up to this time?
I know, but you know what? Every decision that he's given me so far, every description he's given me, I've gone, oh, that sounds cool. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't have thought of that.
Yeah. I mean, he's definitely not just going straight back to the old, the old well. I mean, it's...
Yeah. They put out a trailer. I sent you the trailer.
You did? You did.
Last episode, I said I thought Hamish, whatever his name is, Linklater, sounded like absolute garbage as Batman. Sounded like trash. This trailer, completely on board. I think he has a good sound, a creepy delivery that really feels like Golden Age Batman. Like, he sold it.
Yeah.
Like, maybe it was just like he was just reading names, and I was like, this sounds awful. But then, like, actually hearing him doing the acting as Batman and doing the thing.
And a badass one at that.
Yeah, I was like, shit. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Got that little bat chill up your spine.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, like, the mops are going like, this guy's an itch that needs to be scratched. I was like, shit, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, be open, kids.
I'm digging a lot of the iconography on it. It looks good. It does.
I'm so excited.
Bruce played around with some designs, had some fun. Spent some money this time. Don't see any bug faces. I'm good.
Yeah. Oh.
Also, the music cracked me up because, and I know it just reminded me of that certain thing, but like the first 10 seconds or so of that trailer, I kept I legit expected Eminem to drop a verse. It had such it just took me a few seconds to realize it had like a weird lose yourself vibe to it for a second. I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't remember what the maybe his Eminem song Rain Man, but yeah, I can see that because they had kind of the beat, but like it also started off with like that song started off with like an old like 30s 40s like I turned to the song to be something, Yeah. So like that kind of triggered me on that too. Like I can see that, but yeah, I loved it. I loved like the old like newscaster, like, what are we gonna do about this guy? Well, he's breaking the law, isn't he? Yeah. Like, this is yeah. This is like the Batman version of what I've wanted to do myself. Like, I would love to be in charge of a Superman series that just straight up goes back to Fleischer and is very much like almost a Bruce Timm style, which was, very heavily inspired by Alex Toth, which was inspired by Fleischer, so circular.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would love to go back to those old like the old box and tube robots and
I wouldn't mind. I like
that old Art Deco style.
That old imagery is just fun. I'll tell you the trailer itself is, I mean, I don't know. I'm looking forward to it enough that, and it's so close. I don't even have to wait that long. But I like that trailer enough that I think I'm even going to forgive the ears. I think I'm going to be that into the show. I'm going to get over the ears.
The years?
Ears.
Oh, ears.
Yeah.
What's wrong with the ears? They're just too big?
I always hate long ears.
Oh. Yeah, but they're like long-ass golden age ears.
I'm aware of their significance and value and history. It doesn't mean that I like them.
their significance and value.
And I hate them.
Yeah, I think there's a place in my heart for all. Like I really do. Like I like the short ears. Those are usually, well, I say that, but I also like when I look at Batman, I always go like, what ears would I have the most fun drawing?
I can see that.
I have fun drawing longish ears, but at a certain point it gets unruly.
Yeah.
But then again, if you go a little further than unruly, you start getting Kelly Jones, and that's some of my favorite Batman. Whereas like the ears are longer than his fucking body.
Yeah. Starts reminding me of like Max cartoons at some point.
Which I am not upset with anything that looks like the Max.
Yeah, I know.
Like Sam Keith, hell yeah.
Those are fun because you're looking at it and being like, this is enthralling. How did someone do something this sloppy and yet it works?
But it's not sloppy.
Oh, I know. That's
because
it looks.
yeah.
Like, if you look at any given region, it looks like he just slapped it together and the whole picture. Oh no, there's a whole goddamn style happening here.
Yeah, yeah. It tricks you. It's you're like, this is sloppy and like just like, it's awful. But as an artist, if you try to do it, you're just like, well, I did what I thought he did, and it doesn't look anywhere near as cool as what I just tried to do. Like,
it looks like you took another style and like a chisel and a sledgehammer and tried to bend it into that style instead. It's just not the same.
Yeah, I don't know what to think of Kelly Jones or Sam Keith's style. Like, they have very, very distinctive styles that are similar-ish.
Yeah. They have very particular muses who do not have landlines or advertise their number to anybody else.
Right. And, I look at that and I go, oh my God, like, I don't know what you tapped into, but I wish I could figure it out. Yeah. And then you hear, like, Sam Keith talking about drawing for Sandman and the reason he left. And he's like, I just didn't think I was a good artist. I didn't think I was good enough to do this.
Yeah.
The fuck are you talking about, man? Like, he's the one that drew those, like, the hell scenes when Morpheus goes down to, get his helm from the demons. And, he defined what that hell looks like. He, designed Morpheus. What?
Yeah. But isn't that fun, though? Like, some of the best art comes out of people that are just like, fuck, I thought I was so bad at it, I had nothing to lose. So I just sort of did what I wanted to do. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a top 10 record, you asshole.
Yeah. Man. Anyway, August 1st on Prime, Batman Cape Crusader. I'm very excited.
Yeah.
Hope you guys are too. I am putting a link to the trailer in the show notes if you haven't seen that yet. Batman Ninja versus Yakuza League. They shared posters, like character posters of the Yakuza League and Batman. They shared the first trailer, which was really more of a teaser. I'm down for it. I know you're not.
Yeah, not so much.
The Yakuza League, by the way, is the Justice League from this weird alternate feudal Japan that he went to in the first one. Mm-hmm. And it looks like it's going to be Green Lantern, Jessica Cruz, and Aquaman, and the Flash, and Wonder Woman. But yeah, they've got some weird looks to them. Flash has got like a big round hat.
Yeah, why not? Choices were made.
Yeah. But it's like an alternate reality version of them where they're bad guys. I'm down for it.
Yeah,
it looks fun.
It just won't fit my aesthetic. But
yeah.
I have heard great things about the people who did like those, though. Or the people who liked them loved them.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way, rather.
I thought they were pretty. I didn't love the story. I was like, what is happening in this damn thing?
Yeah.
But Creature Commandos.
Mm-hmm.
Alan Tudyk was talking about his character, Dr. Phosphorus.
Mm-hmm.
Says he kind of looks like Ghost Rider. Yeah. He's a skeleton on fire. He's a DC character. He was the Doctor. That's why they call him Doctor.
I feel like he's just riffing till he looks up the Wikipedia. He saw the thumbnail. It's
Alan
loading
says,
the rest of the page.
Alan says, he was an obstetrician. No, he wasn't. He was... I don't know what the comics say, so I don't want to say what his origin story is because it is covered in the series, the animated series. It's very good. It's a group of villains, and it's like... well, how the hell do all of these people fit together? When James Gunn asked me to do it, that's all I saw. Well, we've got like Frankenstein is in there, and some lady with she's like a fish face, and she's got some kind of fish tank on her head. It was like, how do all... And then there's like a robot, and the art seems a little different on each. Each one has their own kind of style. I don't know how all of this is going to fit together. When I read it, it was the best thing I had read in so long, and it was moving. And that is what James Gunn does so well. I can't wait for people to see it. I've now seen some of it, and it looks really great. I've only had one post session. You sort of record everything before it's animated, and then they come back to you after it's animated, and you fill in and do different things, and do efforts, and, fill in the fights and stuff. So that's where we are on Creature Commandos, and that's what Alan Tudyk thinks of it.
I don't know if he's like that on every project, but it feels like this one he just wandered into the room, happy to be there, enjoyed himself, and fucked right out of it, happy as he came.
That's also how he seems when he's doing interviews for Resident Alien.
Oh, true. He's just having a good goddamn time, man. There's a weird dude and something else. It's going to be great. I'll watch it when it's done. All right, what's my line? Cool. See you later, Gunn. Love you.
All right, I got a question for you.
What's that?
How many of these Superman set leaks have you seen?
Exactly one. And muted every last person that I saw after it.
All right.
I'm sorry, I have a zero tolerance on mute. It's mute instead of block if it's any consolation, but if I see a set photo, I mute that account immediately.
All right. I don't know how to talk about this. I will say there have been many things, and James Gunn, people have been giving James Gunn some shit about how did you think that this was going to happen and you weren't going to get set photos and blah, blah, blah. And someone asked him today, what do you think about all these set leaks? And he goes, fully expected.
Yeah.
And they said, so any of these set photos, they have big spoilers? And Gunn said, not even a little. I would never shoot a big spoiler outside in the middle of the city.
One of these conversations, I want him to just hey, is that going to be a huge spoiler? And him just say you know how they filmed the ending of Cheers and just walk away.
The thing is, so many people have been complaining and saying, well, all these set pictures, I feel like I've seen the whole movie. And he's saying not even a little.
Yeah.
This is nothing. What are you talking about?
Effectively, you've seen the costume in natural light,
Yeah.
Doing some field work, I guess. That's about all I've seen.
It's looked like they've had him wired up. He was in a flying pose at some point.
There were more pictures below that. I never got that far, I think. I just really saw... That's about all I remember. It was a very quick glance.
And honestly, I popped in on the last episode, because we didn't talk about any of the set photo leaks. And I did a pop-in because it leaked right before we aired the last episode. Yeah. And I was like...
Your addendum.
By the way, Dave from the future... Mm-hmm. Because, I literally was on the show going, I think these are, full-on Golden Age trunks. He's got, boxer briefs. I might be wrong. And then I was like, beep, I'm wrong. But, and to be fair, this is, newspapers. So I might not be wrong. It might be a different version of the suit. Because something that I didn't realize, but I kept looking at the suit. And then, going back to that first tease that where he's putting on the boots. The suit is different from that. The suit that is currently in the set leaks they are different from the one where he's putting on the boots. The collar is lower in the front. There's different lineage on the arms. It is different.
That's pretty common though. I mean, that's an origin thing. You might see a few versions.
Yeah.
We do this every other movie now, I think, for origin stories.
Yep, we do.
It's either that or the costume of whatever form is divinely given to you by some hand. You only have the two outfit or the two ways to it. You either trial and error or, Man of Steel style, I guess.
Mm-hmm. So since last week or last episode, pictures have come out of several Justice Leaguers. We got friggin' Fillion as Guy Gardner. Mm-hmm. We've got Hawkgirl. We've got Mr. Terrific, which we already had Mr. Terrific from last time. But we've gotten some Justice Leaguers. And I'm not sure, one of the big complaints that I'm seeing that people are saying is You could just tell, like, the same person designed their costume because they've got the same lines. They've got, like, the same exact design. Mm-hmm. And to me, let me know if you want me to go further or come back to it after we've recorded. And I'll say some stuff. To me, if Gunn says this was fully expected and I didn't try to hide it, I can talk about it.
I could mostly get along with that, probably.
Okay. So,
here's the thing, though. If I start going la, 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 that means that'll be right before I mute my audio. Mm-hmm. So I can, yeah.
Here's the thing, though. We know that James Gunn has cast Sean Gunn as Maxwell Lord. Mm-hmm. We know that James Gunn is a big fan of Justice League International. One thing that's prevalent on all of the Justice Leaguer costumes, not Superman's, but the others, is a specific logo. That logo, because of the set pics and because they've got it on buildings for filming, is a logo for LordTech. It is a diamond with an L and a T. You can also look at it the way it's designed. It looks like an LT on the top and then like an LT mirrored on the bottom. Mm-hmm. But the way that it's designed, it also looks like it could be a JLI. But, Maxwell Lord was kind of like whatever they were. He bankrolled Justice League International in the comics.
Yeah.
So, is that what we're looking at here? It seems like it. Because it seems like these leaguers have, like, their own colors or their own style, but also, like, they are, like, corporate. Together. They are like corporate heroes. They're Vought, for Christ's sake.
Why you gotta do that to them, man?
They've got LordTech on their shit, man. That's all I'm saying.
Low blow, but okay. Yeah, I take your point though.
So I think there's still some story here, and people shouldn't be too upset. Is all I'm saying.
It'll be all right. I mean, yeah. I can get behind that too. I really don't know what world he's building. That all sounds like a very plausible version, though.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. I don't care. I'm excited.
Yeah, and who would blame him if he didn't want to just rebuild the Justice League proper? Only a few years later, really, when it comes down to it.
Yeah, but this is a lived-in universe, so we might come back around and we might watch this movie, and they're all like, "Superman, you belong with us," and he's like, "No, I don't like what the Justice League has become." Mm-hmm. Or, I don't. Ever since Batman pulled out and took his money with him,
like,
you guys went to Maxwell Lord. There's so much fun you could do.
Yeah.
Fun stuff you could do. Or you could have it where Bruce Wayne winds up buying out Maxwell Lord.
Although Mr. Terrific has a ton of money too, right?
I don't remember. He's just like the second or third smartest man.
Yeah, he's top 4 no matter where you mix him around, I think. He does have some serious tech, doesn't he?
Think if he was that smart.
Just too smart to bother, developing Bitcoin.
If he was that smart, I think he would either be like one of the richest people on Earth or homeless.
Yeah.
Like a chess savant.
Yeah.
Who just sits outside of LexCorp and waits for Lex to come down to play him for their daily chess game.
I just want the story of one of those guys who's so smart that he realizes that the only thing he could possibly do is destroy the world if he ever outed himself. Mm-hmm. So he just works in a soup kitchen. Just works in a soup kitchen. That's it.
Yeah.
Buys his groceries, plays chess occasionally at the park, and wins in 2 seconds, goes home.
Yeah. Being homeless and playing chess is his very concerted effort to not destroy
rule the world
humanity. Yeah. I like that. That's his version of not picking up the cigarettes.
Yeah.
He's like, nope, I know what'll happen.
Yeah.
So Christopher Reeve's son is going to be in this movie. He is a real-life journalist and ABC News correspondent, and he is playing a television reporter in Superman, which is going to be distracting because he looks just like his dad.
I have to look it up now. Yeah, I was just going to look it up while you were...
Will Reeve is who you're looking for. He looks so much like his dad, you're going to go, oh, God, wait, what? But just enough not like him to where you're going to go oh, did they just use AI again to do...
It's enough.
Is this
not.
the Flash again?
It's enough not for me for sure. It's just so much darker features.
He looks more like Chris Reeve than the deep fake Chris Reeve in The Flash.
Yeah, true. He's got that big old round Tony Robbins jaw going on. Reeve seemed to have like more of a triangle situation going on. I can work with that. That's enough for me.
Okay. Fair enough.
I'll be able to move through the movie seamlessly, even with that cameo.
Sandman Season 2 got a bunch of new cast members announced. Rory O'Connor from the morning show The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It, is playing Orpheus, a poet, musician, oracle, and the only child of Dream and the muse Calliope. Orpheus is an idealistic, romantic young man and very much his father's son until tragedy strikes and reveals to him the true nature of love. Freddie Fox from The Great, Slow Horses, and The Gentleman is Loki, the god of chaos. Loki is a charming, seductive shapeshifter, the smartest and most dangerous person in any room. Loki is utterly irresistible and never to be trusted. Clive Russell from The Cursed, Sherlock Holmes, and Game of Thrones plays Odin, the father of Thor and blood brother of Loki. He is a longtime ally of Dreams, but finds himself driven to desperate extremes in his efforts to stave off Ragnarok. Lawrence O'Fowrin, The Witcher, Blood Origin, and The Gentleman is Thor, the storm god, with his hammer Mjolnir. Thor is brusque, rude, and driven entirely by his appetites for food and drink, battle, and sex. Anne Skelly from The Nevers, Death and Nightingales and Red Rock is Nuala, and Douglas Booth, Pride and Prejudice and Zombies, and The Dirt is Cluracan, royal emissaries from the court of Fairy. Nuala and Cluracan are siblings who are opposites in every way. Nuala is responsible, empathetic, and principled. Cluracan is an impulsive rogue who lives for pleasure. They disagree about everything, except their devotion to each other. Jack Gleason from Game of Thrones and Sex Education plays Puck, a malevolent hobgoblin who serves as the royal jester to King Alberon of Fairy. Puck is fascinated by mortals and enjoys nothing more than making sport of them for his own amusement. He's also the inspiration for Shakespeare's Puck in A Midsummer Night's Dream. India Moore of Queen and Slim, Pose, Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, plays Wanda, a professional driver and security agent for an exclusive travel firm. Wanda proves herself to be an indispensable guide to an endless road trip to the waking world. And finally, Steve Coogan of Alan Partridge and The Trip is the voice of Barnabas, the canine companion of the Endless's prodigal brother. Barnabas is loyal and loving, but an outspoken cynic, meaning he's both man's best friend and man's sharpest critic.
That last part's going to be lovely.
Yeah. He is. These characters are pulled from the Sandman collection's Seasons of the Mist and Brief Lives, and they bring more magic and nightmares to the dreaming. Each of these characters is as powerful as Dream, nearly as clever, and far more ruthless, says showrunner Alan Heinberg. Together they will ensnare Dream in a web of palace intrigue, glamour, demon battles, and spider sex, none of which Dream is prepared for, all of which transform him into a far more dangerous Dream of the Endless.
Spiders aren't even prepared for spider sex. It kills half of them. Like a huge amount of spider species, I thought, where it kills the male or something afterwards. So the new cast announcements alone, thanks largely to some curious Wikipediaing and the absolutely fantastic Audible series, I know enough to know about half of what that casting means as far as what stories I might be headed for. And those are deeply exciting.
Yeah.
I don't even know about the other half. And I can only trust that will be fucking amazing as well.
Yeah. That's a weighty list, though.
It is.
This is going to be a dense second season.
Yeah, it will.
Alrighty. So, Andy Serkis was talking to Popverse, apparently. Says, basically, I know nothing about the Batman Part 2 other than that I've just found out that we're probably likely to be starting filming early next year. Therefore, if you do the math, it'll be a year and a half after that. I know that Matt is working really hard on the script. Matt Reeves being Matt Reeves, the extraordinary filmmaker that he is. I can only assume that it's going to be another brilliant script because I thought what he did with that first film was pretty amazing. I loved working with Rob Pattinson, and I really look forward to playing Alfred once more. You know, not to be a naysayer, I don't think it's canceled or anything, but hearing all these people talking about, oh, I know that this is going to be a great script when Matt finishes it, starting to feel like centuries of Christians talking about how great it's going to be when Jesus comes back. I get it.
Yeah.
I'm starting to get a little impatient myself. But we've got the Penguin, and the Penguin is coming.
Something tangible in the meantime.
It also got held up due to writer strikes, and the Batman took so long to come out because it got held up by COVID. Yeah. So we're okay. We're all right.
In retrospect, we'll look at that whole period as a pretty hardship-stricken series of productions.
Yeah. But you know what? I would rather Matt Reeves take his time and get it right.
I think it was worth it the first go-around to not rush that.
Yeah. I dug it. Alrighty.
Another film I go back and watch. I think I've watched it once, and I did that in 2 parts since then. But you don't have to watch something every week to love it.
No, yeah, there are certain bits of it that have stuck with me very, very tightly. It just clung to my neurons. Yeah. And I'll be damned. I've been transformed a little bit because sometimes I'll just be like taking a Batman figure out of a pack, like a new Batman figure. It doesn't have to be a Pattinson Batman figure. It could be in any kind of Batman action figure. But as I'm putting it on the shelf, in my head, I'm going, doom, 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 doom. Shit, man.
Yeah.
They really did. They added a spoke.
That is neat, though. Good for them.
As Kevin Smith says. Zack Snyder on Vero. I don't even follow him on Vero. I'm not on Vero anymore.
I think I'm there in theory, but
found out. I was like, wait, why don't I have Vero? I downloaded it and went to go sign in. It's like, oh, that account's been deleted. Okay, I just deleted my account. I seem to remember doing that now. I was just like, what good are you? One more social media that I don't pay attention to.
I guess I am still there. Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, Zack Snyder posted a picture of Nightmare Batman and said, want to see ZSJL on the big screen? Stay tuned for a date. Yeah. So I've seen some people being really excited about this. It worked. It's coming back. Where's theatrical release? Wide theatrical? No, it's not. It's not going to be a wide theatrical release. No. He said a date. Mm-hmm. There will be a single date. It will be in LA. You will see it in LA if you are there and can get a ticket, and then it'll be over again.
Yeah.
Stop. Yeah. You're only hurting yourself.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, and I will send this to you instead of just making you go to the show notes. Mm-hmm. Or I'll try to send it to you. It's not going to let me. You sons of bitches.
Bastards.
Yeah, go to the show notes. Go all the way down to the last story, Jason.
Mm-hmm.
It's for DCOS 725. The Arrowverse wanted to suit Diggle up in a Green Lantern-inspired costume, but DC would not let them. Guggenheim was talking about this in his Legal Dispatch newsletter. He says, unfortunately, we never got the approval to go full Green Lantern with Diggle, but we were always trying to push the envelope as much as possible. For example, check out the proposed Season 8 costume for Dig that we weren't able to slip past the powers that be. We actually shared two. He shared two, one very Green Lantern-inspired jacket and a second that he called more subtle. Still pretty damn identifiable, and it looks fantastic. And I hate DC, and I don't understand why they won't let them do cool shit on the TV shows.
Yeah, that would have worked. Either one of those would have worked for me.
Yeah, and they were going to change his name to Green Spartan. Just one more step towards Green Lantern.
Yeah, that would have been sweet. Yeah. Did you get to, it was a different thing. Did you get to listen to all that Guggenheim interview with about that recently? Or about the Arrowverse?
No, I didn't get to listen to Guggenheim's interview. You sent me something. Where was that?
What was the name of the podcast? It's about showrunners.
It was like a showrunners podcast.
Yeah, out of respect, since I'm going to quote him, I feel or quote the podcast.
Well, sure.
I should find it. The Showrunner Whisperer.
Is that what it was called?
The Showrunner Whisperer is the podcast.
Okay.
Yeah. It looks
cool.
Relatively new. It was like the 8th episode, but it's part of a 2-parter with Guggenheim right now. But
neat.
That part was neat. There were a couple of parts that I thought were interesting. He did talk about apparently Pedowitz set him down, him and Berlanti, shortly after they got the Arrow green light, and kind of said, yeah, good. Yeah, it sounds like a good plan. Hope it works, because CW is not going to make it if the show doesn't work.
Yeah. You did send me that.
Which was news to me for sure. But yeah, apparently Pedowitz low-key told him, no, for real, if this show doesn't work, we're going to put a lot of effort into it, I guess. And the CW overall may have to sell off if it doesn't. But clearly took off. Got a lot of wind under their sails there. It was a neat interview, though. He talks about like that and how that was kind of scary, but he said he was kind of a put your head down and work kind of guy. Like just go to the next episode, go to the next episode. So it didn't scare him as much as it maybe should have, I guess, is what I think he said, something like that. That part was cool. I did hear him. I liked hearing him talk about trying to recruit for the crossovers. How there were really cool logistics in there about how he talks about how like they had to build in more dark days, filming wise for actors to be able to get from set to set, and like how just like over the series of crossovers they learned more and more about where they were killing themselves and everybody else. With the planning and how that got had to learn some lessons there, but. That part was cool. They were also talking about, he was just talking about even negotiating with all these guest stars. He said it was like 15 cameos or something he'd count. He had like a spreadsheet, yeses, nos, the amounts he was going to have to be able to offer everybody, and how he kind of apparently went to everybody with like a flat rate idea. Like, no, if we raise it, we got to raise it across the board. It's not fair. A whole background of his negotiations that I liked hearing about, but also specifically he talked about like the finale on on Infinite.
Yeah.
Where it feels like, I'm sure that was our takeaway too, is, man, it felt small. And apparently that's the backstory is he said, man, that was not, we had 2 days. It's not like we just ran out of money. Like the internet kind of said like, oh, they just ran out of steam or money. It was, no, we had 2 days to film that. And the weather had been very kind. And that day it bit us in the ass. So apparently they just couldn't match any footage from day 1 to 2 at all. Had to overextend on day 2 and do a couple of backups, but just day 1 was completely lost. So that's where all the scope went in his mind. Like there was a plan for it.
Wow.
He just couldn't actually get it on screen. It just he said something about like that's one of the things that still haunts him is he wish he could have gotten that part differently, but sometimes it just doesn't work out. It was a neat backstory.
Yeah, it sucks. That is cool. Yeah. So I was like, why didn't I remember this? And put it in the show notes. Why didn't I get into this? And I just found out because I followed the link you sent me and it froze my computer. Like it froze my internet. It just like shut down Chrome.
All right, before that sounds like I just reported on like an old hacked GeoCities account. No, the link was to Variety.com article. I think.
No, it was like
no, it wasn't Variety.
Green Arrow TV or something like that.
No, it was referencing some. No, God damn it, it wasn't. No, that was another one. That was a different article. Yeah, that may have just shut down your computer. It may have been a GeoCities, but the podcast is real.
Yeah, the podcast.
And I did listen to the actual thing.
I just followed it to the article you sent me. I was like, why didn't I put this in? And then I was like, oh, I can't move anything. And it's over. I can't even read the rest of the article. Like as he's talking, like I can't.
I did read that article, and all that mentioned is that it just reads as saved the CW, the show.
But thank you for bringing that to our attention and my attention. That does sound cool.
No problem.
And I will say a lot of times,
that was part.
You will send
one of 2. If there's another 2, I'll give you an update. Or if there's something interesting too.
You send me stuff sometimes, and I see it when I'm half asleep and I've just woken up because I check my phone and go like, "What the hell is this?" And but no, I do remember like, oh, okay, that's what happened. I was like, oh, I remember this site. Oh no!
Oh, the Great Freezing. I remember this. Shite.
I was like, I hope it doesn't freeze every part of the internet like us being on Skype.
Mm-hmm.
But it didn't. It just crashed Chrome. So
good boy.
Anyway,
act like it's hard to crash Chrome.
Got. Ooh, that's all I've got, my friend. Yeah, it is. It is pretty easy to crash Chrome.
Well, it's because Chrome wants to make like 14 copies of itself in the background processes.
Mm-hmm.
Why, Chrome?
Yeah.
Why?
Like, hey, Chrome, you remember when I was like, man, I wish Firefox would act like Chrome.
Yeah.
And now you have become Firefox.
Mm-hmm.
You son of a bitch.
So help me, I'll use Edge. You watch your ass. I ain't afraid. Motherfucker's got Copilot now, and I pay for Microsoft Office. I'm getting stuff out of it.
Oh God, that was my last story.
That'll do for now.
Yeah.
Say Tomorrowverse unless something just like cracks off.
Oh sure. We'll just and hey,
and some
you want to start
looking forward to those cards. We're gonna have fun with that.
Oh yeah. And we did do a warm up for this episode, and if you're listening to this now, it is on Patreon. Patreon.com/DC on Screen. $5 patrons get the extra episodes. $1 patrons get the every normal episode, but with no ads. So that's not the worst thing ever.
I hate ads.
And yeah, and you can even go and join the Patreon for free. Sorry, my brain, I'm scattered. You can join the Patreon for free and have access to the community, which, you can help start for real. Mm-hmm. Like, people don't talk on there a whole lot. But it'd be cool if y'all did.
Yeah.
Because, then maybe I'd go on and be like, hey, what up?
I mean, you should just start building a grocery list on there. See what happens.
Yeah.
I'm just going to message you on Patreon when I'm like heading over to your house. What's up? Be there in 5.
Yes, I do believe that we need more content to get to grow our patrons.
Mm-hmm. But you need patrons to grow more content? Because
I think there's also there's such a thing as putting out content that will drive patrons away.
Mm.
And I think if we started posting grocery lists,
we are capable of this kind of insanity.
That might be the thing. Yeah. That would drive them away.
Well, it depends on the grocery list.
On the other hand, I guess let us know if you want to see our grocery list.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that'll be in my like Easter eggs that I'm going to leave for the DC cookbook. That'll be great.
Do the listeners know about the cookbook? Yeah. Well, thanks for bringing it up.
I shall not. I'll cut it if you mention it again. Damn it. One day I'll scribble something to Ghibli and ask if I can just send him a couple of dishes.
Yeah.
For the instructions for them, brother.
Right. Of course. You're not going to actually send dishes.
He'll just send back a very like illustrated Batman with a middle finger. No. Oh, well, thanks for making it interesting.
Just took a strange turn. I'm going to end it.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you guys so much for listening. DCOnScreen.com for all the links to episodes and whatnot. Every episode. And patreon.com/DCOnScreen if you want to join the patrons and support the show and whatnot and so on and so forth. And bye. Until next time, keep some DC on your screen.
See you.